Hey there guys, welcome to my backyard again. So did a video a couple days ago where I bought a new high-vis EDC for bush carry and everything. You can go watch that video, fascinating stuff. And then also in the same package from Jeff Bezos personally, you know, he packs all the Amazon stuff, right? I had this in my, what do you call it? In my cart, save for later. You know, when you're shopping on Amazon, you gotta make up to get the $25 for free shipping, right? So I always have some little nicks and knacks, $2, $3, $4, $5, just to make up on any order in case I need. So I was ordering some stuff the other day, and I needed to make up to get the free shipping because, you know, why not? And I decided to get this Weber lighter cubes, okay? I haven't even opened the box yet. Let's see. Well, I know what they're supposed to look like. I watch all the YouTube videos. So, let's see. Can you guys see this? Hang on a second. Get down here a little bit. Does that help? That's not helping anything. Hang on. All right. Let's get this out of the way. So, come in this little plastic tray, 4 pieces, 6 each, and they all have this little aluminum cover. Try and take one of them out without destroying the whole thing. And I think roughly that's what it's gonna look like. There you go. So, what does it smell like? Smells like a combination of normal candle wax and kerosene. Have a slight kerosene smell to it, and it really just feels like pretty soft and flaky candle wax. Anyway, so that's what it looks like. You guys can see that? I have glare in the camera, I can't see. So anyway, what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take out one of these cubes, then I'm gonna run an experiment. I'm gonna see if I can cut it into 4 pieces. And that may not be possible because it feels pretty crumbly. Anyway, maybe I have to use 2 cubes, I don't know. But what I wanna do, because I saw all these experiments on YouTube, where, you know, the guy cuts them up maybe in half and then dips them in candle wax, and that's supposed to extend the burn time. I want to go one step further because I'm not sure how easy these may be to light with a ferro rod. So I want to run an experiment. I want to run 1 piece raw, then I'm going to dip a piece partially in candle wax, because if you dip it fully in candle wax, then you have to break the wax outer shell, and it's difficult. So I'm going to do a partial submersion in candle wax, and then the 3rd piece I'm going to do is partial candle wax, and then maybe wrap it with a piece of cotton that's been soaked with Vaseline, just so that the little fibers from the cotton, we know those will catch with a ferro rod, and then that'll catch a spark, and then that'll burn the whole thing. And really and truly, the point of this video is that Bush Ninja has nothing to do except fool around with fire. So yeah, so I'm gonna do that. And as I was thinking about this video, I think a lot of people, certainly my daughter and my granddaughter, they, you know, how come you're always trying to play with fire? That was one of the things that got me started. I don't know if I've ever told you this story before, but Many years ago, I went fishing, a very remote part of the island. And I was hungry, and I'd brought along some cup soup, and I needed to boil some water. And I couldn't start a fire. I didn't know how. I mean, I had a rough idea, you know, I had to get matches or a lighter and had to find something to burn, but I couldn't do it. And it was one of the most miserable days of my life, hungry and embarrassed. And let me get this camera back up. I'm talking to the ground. Hungry and embarrassed. Embarrassed because it was only my lack of knowledge. It wasn't that or lack of knowledge of a skill. It's not that I had the skill and had the knowledge and didn't know what to do or didn't know how to use it. I didn't know what to do. And that's one of the things that, that started me down this road, learning about fire, learning about the outdoors. And then more and more, I mean, we'd always been camping at the seaside. But the shelters that we were building, the tarps or whatever we were using were, you know, pretty rudimentary. And a lot of nights we were cold, a lot of nights we were wet. So I decided, you know, the other guys are not interested in it, my other fishing partners, but I decided I was going to go learn all about this thing. Plus, it's a great hobby. Plus, the pandemic for the last 2.5 years and everything's had a lot of time on my hands at home. So I decided I was going to learn all about it. But anyway, yeah, so that's my obsession with fire. I need to make sure that I can always have fire. And I had $5 to spare on my Amazon shipping thing. So I got fire cubes. So that's the story. So we're going to go play with fire. I'm going to cut you off, set you back over in my burn area, because what I need to do, and I'm going to, it'll be a split second for you. It'll be a couple minutes for me. I'm going to start the fire, get the candle wax melted, cut up these cubes, and then basically by the time you come back, I'll be ready to start dipping, and then we can do the burn experiment. All right? See you guys in a bit. Alrighty. Well, first thing is, this thing actually melted a lot quicker than I expected. And there's my fancy dancy, super duper high-tech bush stove. Just the other day, NASA called me that they want to talk to me about getting the design, because they're thinking of putting this on the new spaceship when it goes to Mars, and people start inhabiting Mars and those other planets. They need a bush pot like this. So yeah, that's my nice little bush pot. All right, let's get this out of the way here. And enough of me talking foolishness. All right, so here's our experiment. I tried to cut them into even pieces. I have one more piece left over just in case something messes up. Anyway, so we're going to burn one of the pieces alone. Now this one, I'm going to try and see if I can dip it into this wax partially. I don't know if you saw that on camera. I didn't dunk the whole thing, okay? I don't think I did. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I dunked the whole thing. And this one now is a little bit of t-shirt, just cotton t-shirt material rubbed up with Vaseline. This is some Vaseline here. So what I'm going to do now, I think I'm going to try to see. These are my wife tweezers. If she ever catches me, she'll kill me. I want to dunk this part way also. So I'm going to leave some of the fluff on top, but dunk the bottom in the wax here. All right, let's see. Let's see how that's going to work. So we're going to wait on that to cool. And you guys can, you know, watch the fire and listen to my melodious voice in the meantime. I don't have any other stories to tell you. I already told you the story about how I couldn't light a fire. All right. Really, you don't need to watch this anymore. Actually, let me see. What else could I do? Maybe, I don't know if I need to make any more waxwood. I really don't. I have nothing else to do. What I want to do is leave this going here. Because if this experiment works, right, then maybe I do more. You guys don't need to watch me doing that. But at the very least, we'll have a good idea which one works best. All right, see you guys back in a bit. I got bored waiting on this stuff to dry and decided, hey, why the hell not? Let's make some more waxwood. I had these pieces of wood cut up for something, I can't remember. Found them in the storeroom. So decided, make hay while sun shines. Let's make some more waxwood. We'll still have tons of wax left in there if we're gonna make more of these. By the way, did I ever show you my handy dandy nifty tongs? Yeah, one day I threatened to show somebody my tongs and they weren't impressed at all. This is what I was talking about. Just a piece of rubber tube. High-vis tape so I don't lose it in the ground. Yeah, handy dandy fire tongs. Piece of bamboo strips and I keep soaking them in water. Fancy, and I can play in the fire with this. Hard to burn. Fancy dancy tongs. Alrighty. While we are mesmerized by making homemade waxwood, I'm gonna get the ferro rod off old Franken knife here. And let's see. Alright, so first of all, that one was the pure fire starter as it came out of the box. And then this one was dipped in wax. Trying to figure out which is the pure side. I think this is the pure side. So we'll try and see if that'll catch with the ferro rod. And then this one now was dirty, filthy cotton with Vaseline and the fire starter inside dipped in wax. Now, obviously this will last a lot longer because this has a lot more material to burn. But really and truly, we just want to see if it'll catch. All right. So let's hope this works. So let's see now. Let's see, you guys can see that. Yeah, okay. So this one, pure fire starter. Oh, the crumbs caught. Huh. I know it catches. All right, so maybe we need some crumbs. Let's get some more crumbs. This one was the one that was partially dipped in wax. That might be the secret to it. Get the little shavings to light first. Huh. All right, so fire starter is going, and this one's going coated in wax. This one's going pretty well too. All right. Maybe we should move this out of the way. What am I going to burn this on? Get a rock. Wow, okay. That's interesting there now. Now they're burning and fueling each other because of the wind. Huh, this one caught really quick. Wow. Hold on a second, don't burn down my backyard here. Put this up here. flames barely moved beside this one. All right, now, I don't know if you guys can see, but the fire starter is pretty smoky. Okay, it's pretty smoky. This one is not very smoky, or not as smoky. Actually, it's not as smoky, but it is smoky. But not as smoky as those. So that's something to note. I don't remember seeing or hearing about that on the videos that I watched. But for sure, this one, I was trying to move it out of the way, and one of the flames barely licked beside it, and boom, the cotton with Vaseline took off right away. So that's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Alrighty. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, we have waxwood boiling. Now, when you see the bubbles stop, that means that most of the air has been boiled out of it, out of the piece of wood, eh? So, I guess we can try and get another one to go on the bottom. We move the bottom ones to the top and allow the ones on top that haven't been fully soaked yet to go down, and then you'll see bubbles like that. All right. Meanwhile, yeah, as expected, these flames are much smaller than this one. So this one had the same amount of fire starter and the cotton with the Vaseline around it. Now, a lot of people say, Shep, you have fire cubes. Why do you need to wrap it in cotton soaked up with Vaseline? Ooh. Guys, when you want to start a fire, you don't mess around, okay? Cheat. Do any and everything you can, okay? You make sure that you start that fire. Be a little bit patient, prepare your stuff, get everything together. But trust me, don't mess around. Don't take chances. You make sure you start that fire, okay? If I could carry a flamethrower with me camping to start that fire, I'd carry it. Just to make sure when I want a fire, it will start, all right? And again, this one started a little bit, a couple seconds behind this one. It was a lot more, but you can see it's a lot bigger fire. And obviously it should last a lot longer too, right? So, fire is not out yet, but and actually these are doing pretty well considering how small they were, these little pieces. Huh. Let's see what happens if I play with them and turn them around a little bit or over. I get a little bit more fire there. Oh, messed up this one. Let's see if it'll catch here. Yeah. So I just turned it over to expose the bottom part. There's still fuel down there. Look at that. See that little white part there? See that little white part there? There's still fuel there. All right. That's interesting to know if you're trying to light a fire. And if you have a long enough stick, or if you have fire tongs, you can poke around in there and turn this around and extend the burn time of the fire starter. What's interesting about these two is that there was no appreciable difference for the one that had the wax or the one that didn't have the wax. Eh? So for me, there was no appreciable difference there. Let's see it together now. All right, so the one with the wax and the one without the wax, basically the same. So there was no appreciable difference here. But this one, get your fire cube and then wrap it up in a piece of cotton with Vaseline and then dunk it halfway in hot wax, right? Burn down the world with this. See, more fuel on the bottom there to burn. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make up a bunch of these, and then I also thought, hey, I'm gonna make them up. I'm going to wrap them up in aluminum foil. All right? Now, when I go fishing. So I have half a dozen of these, you know. I'm good to go. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 2 days. 6 fires. Easy, easy, easy. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, guys. That's about it for burning fire. Yeah, let me get this around here. Alright. I have no idea what you're seeing. I don't know. Anyway, you're seeing me, I think. Alrighty. So, y'all have a good one. Till next time. Take a friend camping, backpacking, fishing. Just take a friend outdoors. Alright? Preferably a friend and his kid or her kid, or if you have grandkids or nieces and nephews, take them out into the outdoors. Enjoy it. Like I said, we're cooped up for a long time, lockdown and everything. It's great to be able to get back outdoors. Had a blast over the summer during dove hunting season. I want to keep enjoying it. You don't really appreciate something until it's taken away from you. And it was taken away from us for a while. So now, yeah, we really appreciate it. And try and introduce somebody else to the whole outdoors. All right, take it all, have fun, take it easy, and see you next time. All right, peace out.